All right, we're live again. We got to work on the UI a bit today. Oh, wait. I got an echo. What is happening? What was that? Am I? What was that? Am I? Echo. Oh. Echo. What? Testing. Testing. What? What is happening? Wait a second. What about now? Hello. Echo. Echo. All right. I think I got it finally. I was trying something new. I was trying this mod view thing, and somewhere hidden in the dock is the live stream. Ah, look at that. That's so tricky. So anyways, I was watching a Theo video and I saw that he was using ModView, or he helped create ModView. I don't know, one of the two. And I thought, man, I like the way that view looks, because when you look at like the streamer dashboard, it's just always prompting. It's like the guy that's managing the streamer dashboard. I don't think, maybe he's just vibe coding. I feel like I could do a better job than him or that entire team, which is kind of crazy, because I think all of them are making like $500,000 a year or something stupid. And I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Because it really sucks. So like I was looking at the streamer dashboard, which I have that over here, and like every single time I pull this thing up, what ends up happening is I get like a pop-up. It's so weird. And it's like, check out the new chats and events beta. But it just constantly pops up. And I'm like, stop showing me this. And then it just forgets about it every single day. And I'm constantly clicking through. So it's just like, this does pretty much the same thing. It looks the same. You know, you don't see all this stuff up here, but like, I don't care. Like, all I really care about is chat with an activity feed. So it's just like, today we're going to try this instead of Stream Manager, because I thought that was kind of fun. And then also on the YouTube side of things, I was messing around with the YouTube API. I thought this was really interesting too. When it comes to the YouTube API, the chat over here has always been just awful. It's atrocious. It doesn't use IRC backend like Twitch does, which makes Twitch just far superior in every single way when it comes to chat. So then I was like, I think I can build something, and then I don't mind paying for API calls, especially that, because what happens when you use a third-party tool, eventually they just make too many free API calls, and then it just goes completely out from the scope of things. So what I'm thinking is I build my own chat service, not like independent chat service, but I want to be able to do calls directly to and from YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is super easy. It's just IRC. Like, anybody can code that. But YouTube's kind of funny, and I already submitted a request to try and get more API access, which will get denied if it ever even gets looked at, because Google just doesn't care, or they don't have any employees to look over this stuff. All of them are busy making some kind of AI slop to try and peddle to the masses, which, I mean, that's where the money is, so you can't really blame them. But I was like, man, I bet I can build something cool. So that's what I was kind of trying to do coming up. Now, what's all this? See what else is. Oh, they got slow-mo, block terms, permitted terms. Okay, cool. But anyways, yeah, so I was going to do that. I thought that would be a fun project too. Not today. And I'll probably do that offline, just because API keys, and there's so much potential for abuse from a viewer when coding that. So yeah. Hey, happy Friday, Dan. And Bud. Yeah, I've been really enjoying just kind of going live and just kind of messing around with a lot of the stuff. So what's on the docket today, really? One, probably some VM testing. So we'll load up old Linux and do some virtual machine testing. and then probably do that a little bit later. I kind of want to fix my UI a little bit. There's one thing that bothers me about the UI here, and then also the UI in the Mac util. So let me show you the problems so we can document that. So the UI problems I see is like, let's say I click on 3. It doesn't go to 3 because there's nothing in the workspace 3, but then it makes it disappear. However, 3 is still there. And we also have 5. What the hell's in 5? UTM's in 5. Okay, so it's not reading all these correctly. So this needs to be coded correctly. I think we got some issues there. Also, I noticed this doesn't really update the front app matter very well either. So a couple Yabai errors there that need to be addressed. And then as far as the Mac util, if we pull it up, which, come on, let's take it, put it to 3. Let's see, where are we at with that? GUI. And we go to distribution. This needs to probably be, I'm going to put this in downloads actually. Or just launch it. All right. We'll close that for now. But what I want to do is make like a tab, maybe like a global one. So this would be application installs. So we go here, you'd run it. Really? I wonder what's going on with that. Huh. That's elevating all the way too. Oh well. Damn, I thought we fixed that yesterday too. Anyways, but I wanted tabs for saying, hey, application installs, and then have like a tweaks tab for your system tools down here, instead of just tossing them all in one panel. So that's another UI thing. Also, like the highlight color, I feel like should be like a blue instead of it going into a dark. So this should probably be like that, and then you highlight it and it turns blue. That's gonna mirror most Mac users going like this. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So, you know, I feel like I've done a pretty decent job of copying the Mac feel. Just a couple little touches there too. So I don't know, where do we want to start? So much to do, so little time to do it in. Yeah, it looks cool. And the cool thing is, that's all just really easy libraries anybody can use. Like if I'm using them, then anybody can use them. Yeah, oh, my wife popped into chat and said, no push-ups today. I was not in a good way after my push-ups after giving blood yesterday. Yeah, she's like, okay. Yep, good call. That was dumb of me. But I blame chat. It's everyone's in chat. They were the one that wanted push-ups, and I was like, I gave blood, and they were like, oh, just do it. It's fine. You gave blood 2 hours ago. It's fine. No, it was not. It did not go well. Okay. So, got that. Oh my gosh. Let's go. All right. Let's see. What do we want to start on? I think I want to start, what I'm feeling the most is getting Yabai fixed, because Yabai is just feels a little, just a couple things could be fixed, and also like the launching things on it needs to be fixed as well. So right now, I need to change the hotkeys. This is kind of bugging me as well. Settings. I want to kind of take my hotkeys out of here and put them into SKHD as well. Because I'm just not feeling that. Oh. Okay. I was like, where are my hotkey settings? Was it under general? Okay. Okay, here we go. Hotkeys. Finder, Command E, Chrome, Command B, which is fine. Those are two okay commands. There's one in here that was just messing me up because I didn't even think about Command X. Where's it at? I think it's the terminal one. Yes, this one right here, Ghosty. Maybe that and X. The rest are fine. And then Command B. I feel like just changing those from Command to Control helps a bit. Actually, I kind of want to map them to Option key instead. That's going to match my ones from Linux. So, yeah, Option E, Option X, and then Option B. That way it doesn't mess with me. That way it's all kind of the same. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Now let's actually pop up VS Code. And we're going to go into Yabai. All right, maybe. File, open, recent. Yabai config. Kind of put them everywhere, and then I did symbolic links to these folders so then we can just kind of modify and change as needed. Yabai! Yeah! Yabai. There's no O in the name. No. Yabai. Yabai. Sorry, I'm just a Neanderthal. I don't know why anybody watches me. Y'all are cool. But I like to just kind of mess around here. All right. Yabai config, looking good, right? No, nothing really changing here. It's really sketchy bar that's the problem. Sketchy bar in my coding is the problem. So first off, front app. If we look, when is app switched taken? Now, front app switched, if we launch this, it does update that way. But if we're in Chrome, watch this. We're in mod view, new tab, it doesn't update. So how do we specify a trigger for that? Because it only is triggered if sender equals front app switched. So let's look up sketchy bar sender. Sketchy bar. Is there like a wiki? Give me like a wiki sketchy bar. Yes. No wiki yet. Okay, let's just do the readme then. Sketchy bar. Documentation. Perfection. Then we find sender. Sender is under something else. Where are you, sender? Let's look search. Sender. Ah. Okay. Sender space change. When active mission control space changes. I feel like space change is a good one. What else do we need? Power source change is another one. Wi-Fi change is another one. We need to update these. When mouse enters over an item. I wonder if we can do... Custom event maybe for because what's not happening is the Chrome tabs aren't updating this. But if we go to another one and then come back, it does update. But it only updates the trigger event. And that's bugging me too. When did you switch to Chrome? I think I did it in a video like a couple months back. It's fine. It's not great. Doesn't feel great. A lot of people like Brave. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Probably Brave's a little better. I just like to modify Brave anytime I use it. Thorium, I liked as a minimal browser. It was good. It was just had one developer and it ran like usually 1 or 2 versions behind Chrome. People criticize me for recommending it because of that, but I'm like, I still stand behind it. It's good. It's a good browser. But I guess, yeah, so you're probably asking why Chrome then. It's what everyone uses. It's still the #1 browser in the world. So I want to kind of get the experience that everyone else has. So to me, Chrome just makes sense. And that way I can kind of bitch about it too. Vivaldi's amazing too. I've always liked Vivaldi. Yeah, a lot of people like Zen. I've heard great things too. Oh yeah, Jay mentioned the utility in his latest video. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, Jay's good people, man. I met him at LTX actually. Seemed cool. I didn't want to bother him because he lost all his luggage when he went to LTX. So he was kind of distressed on the curb, but he still said hello. He was still super nice to me when I met him a couple years back. Even given that event, I would have been a complete wreck. So shout out Jay, he's amazing. Jeez, yeah, because I think he brought his whole family too when he went to LTX. I could be wrong there, but I do remember seeing. I think he had more people with him. So I was like, oh, dude, I couldn't imagine. Traveling international and then losing your bags. Oh, it'd be hell. Okay. So for these custom triggers, I think what we'll do, add more event triggers for better updating. Oh crap, I forgot to tell you guys. You know how I've been saying I've been using Sonnet 4 right here? So I've been using Sonnet 4 for a lot of AI stuff, which is a premium model. Well, since I don't pay for any of this, they did actually put limits on it. I ran into the limit finally last night. I was, God, what was I doing last night? Oh, I was creating like a custom API for like pulling in all my stats and like making my own dashboard for all my socials because I didn't want to like go on the internet to get all my stats. And I got tired of like YouTube Studio just sucking. And I wanted to pull in Twitch stats and I wanted to pull in like Patreon stats. And I wanted to pull in all the stuff into like one cool dashboard. Now, I'm sure there's a site that probably does this, but I was like, I want to do it. So I created like all my OAuth clients, and then I started tying them all into like its own little dashboard that would give me like a cool heads-up display. And I was using Sonnet 4, and it finally just was like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to like put your credit card in if you want to keep going with this premium model. So it switched me to 4.1. So out of the standard models, which one is better, 4.1 or 4.0? I just put it on 4.1.
Yeah, well,
so
the dude abides.
Anna, thank you for the sub. 3 months. All right. So I'm thinking 4.0 is best. Okay, Dork says 4.0 is the way to go. I trust Dork. 4.1 is not for coding. Okay. Good call. Good at writing text. Okay, that's good to know. Whenever I'm doing the Linux book, I'll put it on 4.1 then. Gemini, generous free limits. Well, that's good. Like, I just want it built in. And I think we can actually add Gemini, can't we? If we go settings. Actually. Code, settings. Let's see what we got. I don't know if that's gonna... I don't know where it's at, but there's a way to specify LLM modules, I want to say. Ah, here we go. So, choose which can access language models. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. I'm sure it's fine. We don't need it to be perfect. We just kind of want to expand. So we're going to try 4.0 today and see how it goes. Expand sender events using documentation from boop, right here. Okay. You have exceeded your premium request allowance. Wait, 4.1? It forced me to on 4.1. That's so wrong. Okay, let's try 4.0 again. Wrong. Look at website and update events. Oh no, it's forcing me. Okay. It's forcing me on 4.1. That's probably not going to be any good. Uh-oh. Okay, good. So, mouse entered, mouse exit. I mean, we could just trigger them all, right? Except for forced update. I feel like all these events probably should update the front app. Yes, add those. Ah, 4.1's cheap AF. That's what. Okay. We should get some Grok. Yeah. Grok's pretty impressive, man. So what's this look like? So it looks like they did like a switch case. Yeah. So you got front app switched. All right. Let's see what that does when we reload Sketchbar. Services, restart Sketchy bar. Okay. Interesting. Well, I broke it. Let's look at our changes. So app switched. Are we supposed to pass a value to app switch? It doesn't look like it. looking at the old code. We're gonna actually have to do some coding today. This 4.1 LLM kinda sucks. Sad face. Anyways, that's fine. Just a little more researching gonna have to be done today. Oh well. Do it old school. Actually, no. It's not really that old school. LSPs have come such a far way, it's almost like having your own LLM. Back in my day, you had to compile it to get errors. Well, that should be fine. This asterisk does not need to happen, though. Let's get rid of this. And then it looks like mouse entered all of this. I don't know what the hell it's doing here. It just made up a bunch of shit. What? Stupid. Display change. That's fine. That's not needed. Space window change. What? It's making functions for this? Stupid. Okay, yeah, 4.1 is freaking awful. What the? Why would you make a function? You're like bloating up the code for no reason. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Look at this. What a joker. God bless America. That's just awful. What? What are you doing? Oh, go home. You were drunk. And honestly, this is even incorrect. This should be consolidated. This should be... Yeah, I think you can just do an OR statement here, right? What is this? SH? This is bash. So the SH script, we can just OR it, right? Can't we just do like an OR statement and then do space what do we got? Space change still? Yeah. So something like that. Okay, maybe. Okay, I'm missing syntax here. What's the syntax for this stupid thing? Can't parse this case item. Fix from allow. Yeah, quick fix. Sure, fix it with Copilot. See what you got. Oh, yeah. It's a single bracket. Durr. Okay. Still haven't woken up. Four-one's like asking a writer to start coding. Kickmaster, hello. Welcome from the old YouTubes. Sometimes I miss the YouTube chat. I'm sorry. A lot of times I do Twitch chat, and that's what I usually see on my screen. But if you can always pull it up through Chatterino. That's what I like to use too. Here, let's pull up Chatterino too. It's been a bit, so let's go. Chatterino. Do I not have Chatterino? Oh, I had uninstalled Chatterino. It was all borked on Mac. My bad. Yeah. At the end of the statement, but not at the beginning. Well, that's how Bash is, right? Yeah, we still love YouTube. YouTube's still the best in audio or video quality. Yeah, so this is a switch case, and how you handle it in expand that. God, how you know use AI? You see comments everywhere that's just like, duh. How do you know if code's done by AI? You see a bunch of comments that just absolutely like self-explain. So it's like app switched, and then the comments going, this calls app switched. It'll be something stupid like this. So anytime you start seeing like app switch function call, and then above it is like this calls app switch, it'd be like, well, no shit. Anybody with half a brain knows that. So you know it's LLM garbage, AI slop usually. So then you, like anytime I'm doing a code review and I see excessive comments, I'm immediately like, all right. All right, we gotta really look at this. I bet you AI did some sloppy stuff here. And then I usually go through and kind of, with a fine-tooth comb, start stripping out all the bloat. Because if you don't, and you allow too much slop in, then you have literally hundreds of lines of code for something that might be 10 lines. As we saw here, like this switch casement, I think it took us all the way to 100 lines. That would have been like 70 lines extra when a simple OR statement and just calling app switch is the proper way of doing it. But instead of having 5 lines, we would have almost 100 lines. And then also a bunch of extra switch statements that just don't make any sense. Also, it kind of broke our code up here. So let's see if I fixed the code using old school methods. But I didn't. I still broke it. It still broke it. Damn. All right, what did I do? Do I need to add something to that? So when we call app switch, we have that as focus. Does look like it's updating properly. It's just not doing my... It broke all my icons. Why is that? Why did it break those? The ending in line 33. So this is the syntax for a switch statement in Bash or shell script. So that should be correct. There's a couple things. What? So it wants globbing here. So what we could do to take these errors out. See, this is gonna be just single digits, so it doesn't really matter. What's the next one? Config directory. We probably should glob that actually. What? Oh, we're on the working tree, my bad. Okay. Sorry. Can we just filter that to active only? Okay. Okay, there we go. So this one's just a space, which is fine. This one, config directory. We'd want to make sure that's there. Actually, that's fine. I think. Then we have space.sid again. The SID's just going to be the space ID, essentially, is what that means. Update front app with icon and title. Or we can quote that so we don't have globbing. And that takes care of most of it. The SID, I guess it doesn't hurt. Well, I don't know if this will work. Sometimes when you do the quotes around these types of things, it can give issues. We might actually put just like a thing there. Let's go ahead and refresh our terminal. Okay, that worked. Okay. Problems. Now, I want to hide spell checker in this. Let's set that up. Now that we're actually coding and not just AI slopping. How in the hell do I omit C spell? I want to say shell script, next edit selections. Okay. What about this one? Horse. Let's make a brown horse. Vigo Horsenberg, yes. Oh, perfect. Okay, we got horses and dogs on this side. All right, cool. Have to have that. Prettier. Let's clean that up a little bit. What else do we have? I don't know what's going on with our icons too, so I'll have to figure that out. I got broken time when I tried to deploy the config files. I thought I messed with the install. Yeah, let's see what we got. I bet you there's something I did there. I want to say... So how we pull the icons in is probably the problem here. So looking at this. So when we go app switched, it's doing the query of the window for the title, which is fine. This app, where's this getting? So we read the app, we do a JQ, and then when we're calling icons under the config plugins icon directory, let's look at this icons.sh. I don't like how this is being done. So right here it says config directory plugins icons.sh. It calls this up, right? Well, the problem is I'm mapping this to GitHub, which I guess is fine. But then you have config icon map. So then it's sourcing it, which technically you can do, but this also makes it non-POSIX compliant because now we're using bash, which is again fine, I guess. Just a little bit jank. F sharp. Oh, they were messing up Sketchy Bar. I feel like Sketchy Bar just needs a little bit of a revamp here. Right here, it looks like it's losing the font here. Yeah. Yeah, so I think the font it needs is SF. So let's first look at the RC. So we're using SF Pro, which is a Mac font. Comes shipped with every Mac. So actually Meslo is not even in here, I believe. Meslo Yeah, Meslo is not even being used. So we're using SF Pro because of that's what just. Let's find a way to map icons. Map icons in Bash. All right, read lines from a file into an array. So then you have the lines array. For a line in lines array at symbol, which should be the maximum amount, echo line. So then we would do like an if statement, match the line to the icon, go from there. "12 years ago. Well, okay. Yeah, there's so much looping. Agreed. It's just not good, especially with how many calls we have. So what is the best way to go about this? And also, why, oh, why? So here's the icon. So then if we look at icons.com, I don't know, man. What do we think about that? Get icon from mapping function. Icon results. Icon cache. Yeah, I don't think I like that. Well, I don't think Nerd Fonts is going to have all the icons we need, and there's the built-in font. So I kind of want to just use the built-in font so it'll just always work without having to go, oh, well, my bar doesn't work because you didn't install this Nerd font, which is always a problem. I run into it all the time on my Linux rices where people are like, oh, I can't get this working. It's not showing. I'm like, you got to install the font. And then it's like, oh, well, make sure you go here to. So I'd much rather just use the SF font, which comes baked into every single Mac. It's actually a good font. I don't hate it. Let's just say that. It's better than like all the Microsoft fonts, which are just atrocious. So, print FS font. What would be the catch here? There's a better way. Let's look at some other examples of Yabai config. All right, let's just go sketchy bar, actually. Because I think most Mac users use Aerospace. Sketchy bar rices. Let's go. Here we go. What do we think of that? that's pretty impressive. Do that one more time. That looks weird to me, but that's not active workspaces he's working in. It's a little bit too much. Sketchy bar. All right, plain text sketchy bar, menu bar. Okay, this one looks to be doing some kind of icon mapping here. We're not going to use the project itself. You can see the icon maps right here. It's exactly what I want. Sketchy bar config. Icons. He's doing Lua. Huh. Oh, you can do square corners too. I do want me some square corners. These rounded corners do bother me a little bit. Oh. Okay. What are we gonna steal? I am a master thief. I shall steal the icons. App icons. Okay. I like this. Uh-huh. Now, he's using Lua instead of that. Why is he doing that? Okay, this looks like he's making CPU load and memory pressure, which I don't care about. What about default font? SF Pro, SF Mono for numbers. All right, all the rest of that looks good. CD helpers make. What's he making here? CD event make CD menus. Okay. So under event providers, that's the CPU and memory. Under menus, what is he making out of menus? These Lua files are just references, so it should be fine. If we look over here, I think that's just code that was left. Do not see menus anywhere. I do like Lua a bit better for this than using Bash. I feel like Bash or SH, a shell script for this, was not the way to go. But I do like the design of it, so I guess we could redo it in Lua. I know it seems like a... Okay, I guess we're just going to do sketchy bar config for the entire day. I just want it clean, though. So, what's this look like for the RC file? So, just environment, Lua, helpers, and init. So, when you're launching this, the init and helpers. So, helpers runs here, and then it does init to launch. To the package C bar. Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. All right, let's see. What do we got? Don't miss Dork's. Okay, let's see what we got from Dork. All right, let's see. SF symbols. Yeah, But let's see, was there something else here? Can I pop this out? Okay. Yeah, icons Lua, they look for nerd fonts. Well, I don't know, man. Yeah. I want to use the SF symbols because the SF symbols, as I understand it, come baked in to every Mac. So it means we don't have to install anything, and then if someone uses my config, it would just work. So that's why I don't want to switch to a nerd font. So to make this universal, but I do like Lua a lot better than shell scripts for this. And I know that seems like, oh my God, Titus, you're right there. You should just refresh your sketchy bar and call it a day. But I feel like we could do something fun here. So if you look at this, settings Lua. So this is helpers default font. What's it doing there? And you look at the default font. It's using SF Pro, SF Mono, which comes with Mac. Yeah, Lua handles events better in my opinion. I agree as well. So that's kind of why I kind of want to convert everything to Lua. So to do this, we would do Lua, switch audio, now playing, and then there's that SF symbols. So it does have an SF symbols dependency. So these dependencies, shoot, before I do anything crazy, let's come into a fresh workspace, right? And then let's just install these three things. See if they're already installed. So you got SF Mono. And is SF Pro. SF Pro is already installed. SF Symbols was already installed. So then let's cancel this. So we go brew, services, restart, sketchy bar. My fat finger services. Servicers. I did. But it still doesn't find that. It's properly mapping that, but it's just not finding the font. The font's off. But I didn't really change the font. That's the weird thing that's sitting here. Like, if we look at the changes, like, heck, let's go to a fresh one, right? If we look at, let's just better, let's go pick this guy to 5. All right, take this. Let's add existing repo. I really like GitHub utility because it does a great job of visualizing all the changes. Really, 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 really nice. Goodbye. All right. Oh, I see what happened. Right here. And then right here. think it might actually be name. I want to say that this right here on the name on the sketchy bar is probably what did it. Because name, where does that get defined? Actually, it's probably this. No. Nope, that wasn't it. Let's take out the name. One of these is it. I guarantee it. Probably be this right here. I don't even know anymore. We're just gonna redo all these. Nope. And then Sid right here, space. Maybe the query, that just doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't be that one. Yeah. So then why? So then the only thing we've changed is this case statement. Line 18, missing quotes. Yeah. I don't think that's a problem though. It's how this is being sent, and then when it calls the icon switch, for some odd reason, adding these other statements in here when it calls app switched blanks out everything. So I thought adding these extra events would be nice because then it would update sooner, but if we just discard and then reload, you'll see it come back. Shoot, or not. What? What? So why? What?
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Oh, thanks, dude. Okay, so then it's just not pulling the icons. It's not pulling the damn font. So this is the only changes we made, and this just fixes globbing. That doesn't make any sense then. What if it's just a bug in the program? So let's go brew services, stop sketchy bar. And then let's go brew services, start sketchy bar. Maybe it was something with the restart, it wouldn't properly grab the font. I don't know. Shit. I broke it. Yeah. Well, 4.1's just not a good AI though. That's the problem. It's just gonna give me a bunch of crap. This isn't pulling in the font. Why? And do not use agent mode with 4.1. That would be awful. Let's see if we can just ask. Okay. The script sets the label for each space in the front app, but it does not specify a font in the label for sketchy bar command. Sketchy bar will use the default font unless you specify it. Will it? So it says just add the font option to Sketchy Bar, and it should be fine. T3 chat is free to start. It's true. Yeah. All right. I think we bought Theo's. It was funny. Last time we tried it, it has some generative AI features or generative picture features in T3 chat. So I fed it a couple pictures with me and like a couple of people I know. And the funny thing is there's safety protocols that were put in place at T3 chat. I don't think Theo's talked about this. Or maybe this is just a weird coincidence of whatever model he's using. But it properly modified the picture for everybody in the picture except for me. For me, it completely changed my face, and it wasn't using my likeness at all. So it's like there's some kind of safety. Like if you are already have like a good presence online, it makes sure not to imitate existing people. There's some kind of safety feature there, which is probably good. I could definitely see some deep fakes that go completely awry, and you don't want people doing that. But for me, I thought that was kind of like, oh, that's kind of a odd thing. Yeah. Anywho. I'm going to just keep going here. Let's try to hard code that font. I think we already set the font in, I want to say, is it the, yeah, we already set the font right here. You have icon font, and then you also have that. So I think we'll do icon font for this, and then label font for the other. So right here, I'm gonna go font equals icon font. What's it want to add there? What? Yeah, that's weird. And then for this one, right here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're both the same font. Let's go icon font. Okay. So then we have the icon font set properly. I kind of want to put label font here just in case I want to change something. So we have icon and then label font. Let's see what that does. Yeah, still no love. Dang. Titus will liver. You being a younger version. Who's that? This is just shell. This isn't F sharp. Yeah, F sharp's if you're familiar with C sharp, F sharp's pretty easy to pick up on. I would say it's even easier than C sharp. So there's definitely going to be much more F sharp going on in the future. Okay, let's look it up. I want to know who this is I look like. Oh, that guy. Know who I look like? I look like a con man. You guys ever heard of John Edwards? This is who people say I look like. Or was it John? What was it? He was not John Edwards. He was the guy that like was a mentalist. Mentalist John. I thought it was John Edwards, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, no, it was. This guy. Where does it show a picture of him? He's on South Park. That's great. You know you made it when you're on South Park. Oh God, he's looking old now. Although he's still, yeah, probably a lot of coloring. Just go images. Okay, maybe not. Maybe the older pictures of me. But yeah. My wife has a great picture when he was like residents in Vegas when we visited. And I was like, oh my God. Yep, never mind. Oh God, what Bingo put in here? Come on, Bingo. Well, let's click it, just see. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty funny. Let's not post links like that anymore. Agreed. That's a recipe for disaster for sure, Rux. God, what do I want to do here with the sketchy bar? It's just not... I think we got to redo it. I do want to do like a Lua style structure. This looks fine. I think I want to just take this one, clean it up a little bit. I don't know. Damn it. I work kind of hard on this one I have right now. But I don't want like sunken cost fallacy to get me. I still think Lua is a better way of doing this. Man, I know what I should do when I get back to Linux. I probably should do like awesome window manager. I've gotten better with Lua, a lot better with Lua. And there's a lot you can do with awesome window manager. Kind of makes me want to. Here's one of my old ones. Awesome Titus, or Titus Awesome. Oh yeah, I archived it like 3 years ago. I still really like the. This one was a fun one to do. Although I think I removed the left bar and kind of just put everything on the top bar. It was originally made as a material theme from Papa El Gringo. And it was great. Absolutely loved it. So, yeah, let's bring it to Lua. All right, let's chop it up. We're going with this one. I think I'm gonna dump CPU, swap, mem. These percentages. I just want the date. And then workspace. Yeah, let's start. Let's get this, and then let's just make it minimal. We're gonna switch over to Lua. I feel like that's the way to go. Don't we think? I think that's the way to go. Where's my Git? You know what? Oh God, how do we get out of? I thought we did this already. Always open in list view. Uses defaults. So weird. Yeah, it misses it sometimes. All right. Oh, this hurts, man. This hurts, but let's trash it. Paste. All right. Let's start carving this guy up, shall we? Start carving it up. All right. And I think we don't need to do this make file. If we look at this, oops, open that in Z. 1 second. There is a Sketchy Bar app that he's using here. App font. Sketchy Bar app font. What the hell is that? Sketchy Bar app font. Do you see Sketchy Bar app font anywhere? I do not see a Sketchy Bar app font. Sketchy Bar app font. What is that? Sketchy Bar app font. He has a release over here. So here's the icon map Lua. You think did we ever install this? What is it? Am I crazy? Oh yeah, look at that. That's probably the app font we're referencing with our bash up here. I think I just need to install that actually. Oh man. That's funny. That's probably what's causing all that problems, but let's just download these things. Iconmap.lua is probably already in the code. See, this is when you grab someone else's work, especially when it comes to Rice's, the one thing that's universal, whether you're a Linux or a Mac user or anything, Rice's that you download online, doesn't matter. Artists are terrible with details and analytics. If someone has a lot of taste and can make something look super pretty, chances are They suck ass at coding. And their attention to detail is almost non-existent when it comes to like, hey, here's a pretty important effing dependency to cause the icons to show properly, and then just completely omit it from your project. I've seen that so many times on Rices. It's like part of like the every ricing community, whether Windows, Mac, Linux, it feels like that. And then you're like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. They put it up there. And I'm to blame some of those too. I'm not perfect by any means. But yes. Okay. So I want to make this as simple and as straightforward as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix this. All right. So we'll take this, open new tab. I'm going to go downloads. And have this one, copy it, come back to here. Now, if you look on here, we should have icon map already. If you look for icon map, you'll find no icon map. What? What is happening? App icons look. Tell me he didn't just. App icons.lua. All right, let's pull up the one from online. Did he just rename this? If he renamed it, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm pretty sure that's what he did, though. He fucking renamed it. Why? Why would you do that? So stupid. Alright, let's standardize this. CPU load. These event providers, I want to say we can change that as well. All right, we need a document. Start documenting. Come on, Chris. Yeah, I kind of like Zed. It's kind of a nice little editor there. Anyways, it's neither here or there. Let's go with a README. README markdown. Get. We'll sketchy bar app font is what we need. Let's start that as well. App font. And we're going to put that in. Okay, there's that. Where did we get our source code from? Let's give this guy some credit too. Oh, zooming. I do like the structure of the Lua, so we will take that. Original files coming from here. All right, great. So now we give credit to sources. Sources. Now let's look at our init. So we're gonna pull in sketchy bar, config, items, config. Okay. So let's first look at bar. So bar, pulling in colors and settings, window, top, height. What was the height we were using? That's one thing I absolutely love is just having everything on Git. If you aren't doing that, I don't know, what are you doing with your life? It's just so nice to be like, what did I do there again? So my height was top on padding 10 and 10, height was 34. So we're gonna go height 34 on this. 34 was exactly the pixel count for the stupid notch that Macs have. Padding settings. Okay, so settings and color. Let's look at the settings over on this side. We're gonna probably have to reduce the padding. So it's probably got a little bit of accessing settings. So let's go colors first. These are the colors that he's using. We can always change these as needed. So that's fine. Next up is settings. Settings Lua. So paddings 2, group paddings 5, bracket height 28, border width 1, corner radius. All that looks fine. Okay. So we have that. Perfect. So coming back, so we've the bar settings look good, the setting Lua looks good, and now we can go into the rest of init. So bar is done. Let's go to default now. For default, we have settings and colors, which we already looked at. And then if we look at the rest of this, that looks good. Perfect. So default's fine. Coming back, let's close this here. Now we go to items. Now there's no items Lua, so how Lua works is we're gonna go into the items folder, and then it's gonna import all of these. So we'll start with init, and you'll see it goes down the list. It goes Apple, menus, spaces, front app, system status, and media. So we're gonna check each one of those. Apple doesn't do anything. Delete. Delete. Okay. So then that's fine. Next up is menus. So we go menus. We got colors, icons, settings, helper.ui. So you go helpers and then UI Lua. And it's pulling all this in. Let's just check to see what else it's doing. I know this is a little bit of a pain, but I think it's worth it. That looks fine. Great. So coming back into, I think we're in menus, right? Yeah. So menus, boom, 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 space, menu, swap, good. Helpers menu for click script. Menus, helpers menu bin. What's this click script going for? It's probably like some kind of install. Let's see. This one's probably going to be the make directory. S-bar Lua. What the hell is S-bar? This project wraps the Sketchy Bar API in Lua. This is done by using a kernel-level inter-process communication between Sketchy Bar and the Lua module. such that we no longer have to alter the source code of Sketchy Bar at all. Interesting. So now we have to add this in so Lua would work properly. Good night. I'm starting to have second thoughts on whether or not to use Lua. Was this a mistake? I feel like we made a mistake. Damn it, we made a mistake. We're going back. We're going back. God bless. I'm sorry. We just... Damn. Sorry, guys. I just... We're just gonna discard everything. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wild goose case there, and I was just like, just let it get the better of me there. Anyways, let's reload and just see where we're at, and then I'm gonna go through again, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're going back to my older config. Damn it. Yeah, it's hard. Like when you get like 30 minutes or an hour into something, you're like, wait, what the hell am I doing? This is using an 11-month-old, no commits recently add-on to a real niche project. Yeah, this is not good. That's as soon as I run into the Lua thing and I saw that it hasn't been worked on this year, I was just like, this is not the right call. I thought the Lua support was native. It was not. And it was just a tack on. What happens is if you use like a deprecated tack on like that, eventually Sketchy Bar is going to keep getting developed, and that Lua wrapper essentially is going to probably break. And then when it breaks, everything breaks. And it's like, okay, that's just one more dependency that looks like it's not an active development. That's probably going to break. Let's not do this. That was my thought rationale there. Yeah, it kind of sucked that we were like 30 minutes to 45 minutes into like analyzing the Lua code, and then I was just like, oh man. Gotta cut your losses and go. Yeah. That was weird. Yeah. So, how about this? Let's just take a pause. Let's take a pause. What are we doing? What are we doing with our life? We got to fix this bar. Now we know one positive that came from that is something everyone's using, like this Sketchy Bar project, the Sketchy Bar app icon project. So we're going to look at that. We're going to take those files and we're going to look at my config. We're going to start stripping more stuff out. So when code stops working, the best thing to do is just start deleting. Start ripping things out until it starts working again. At least in my mind. And then some people are like, what happens if you get to the end and you just deleted your whole project? Well, you probably learned something along the way. But if that's what it takes, and you rewrite it from scratch, that's what it takes. That's okay. You have your good days, you have your bad days. That's the beauty of streaming all the time. You get to see the good and the bad. Bash doesn't have native SF symbol support, but Lua does. Oh. Thanks, Rux. That really does help. Maybe time to try Aerospace. Yeah, and this is where Git comes into play. Like, every single stream you're going to hear me just go, Git is the best tool ever made known to man. Better than AI, better than anything else out there. If you're developing anything and you're not using Git, you're a crazy person. And it's because of this. You're going to have bad days where you screw things up, or you just do something stupid because you're only human. And that's going to happen. Or let's say you start dabbling with AI, and then all of a sudden AI just, oopsie, you got put on GPT 4.1 and it just screwed up all your code. What are you going to do? Git will save you. It will just, Git is amazing. I can't tell you how many times I thought I screwed up a project, and then I just had all my Git commits, and I could just go, all right, well, let's just revert this. And then let's say I was like, oh crap, I can't revert 5 PRs. Well, I just go back to when the last commit, I can go granularly through all my commits, and then I find that one commit where everything worked, Git, reset, hard, that commit. And then the code just magically, you get transported back in time where it worked. And that is so powerful on so many levels, and it saves you so much time. And Git is the best tool ever. I would say Git is better than Linux. That's how awesome Git is. And it just doesn't ever get the respect of many people. Like, Linus Torvalds' greatest contribution to humanity is not Linux. It's Git. Git is the best project he's ever made. And it's funny because it was just a side one-off project because he was tired of dealing with, I think it was it I want to say SVG, but what was the one before Git that people were using? SVN, sorry. Yeah, but it's just like, yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah. Yeah, subversioning, and it's really great. So, anyways, I say all that to be like, damn it, it's time to go back in time. Should we switch to aerospace? Is it time to switch to aerospace? I think so. Everyone's like, go to aerospace. Aerospace is where all the cool kids are. All right, I'm listening to the chat. I'm not going to go months without listening to y'all. All right. Aerospace. Let's install some aerospace. All right. Yeah, let's try out aerospace while we're here. Does it use SKHD? It does not. Okay. Well, that officially broke everything. We're gonna have to go old school for a little bit. That's okay. So, Yabai is gone. Aerospace it is, right? So, I'm gonna have to excuse my ignorance here. We're gonna have to flip back and forth the old school way while we get this going. All right, so we got aerospace installed. Configure it. We're gonna go XDG home, aerospace toml. So let's do that. Brew services stop. Sketchy bar. All right, just killing all the links here for all of those. So we're gonna have nothing there. Now we're going to make we're gonna start from scratch, aren't we? Damn. Aerospace. Config. Public. All right. All right, make directory. We're just gonna stay in terminal for a little bit because I just can't with the GUI right now. All right, let's we're gonna use the README. What? Created README. Okay, yeah. Weird. All right. All right. Let's first outline what we want to accomplish here. This whole stream is just completely derailed, but whatever, as it sometimes does. We're just going. Chris Titus text aerospace configs. All right. So we're gonna just kind of do some outlining here. First off, XDG config aerospace, and what's the format here? Aerospace TOML. It's a TOML file. Points to it first. All right, XDG config TOML, and then we also need XDG config sketchy bar. Let's go grab a sketchy bar. I'm gonna look to see what we have. All right, so then make directory aerospace, make directory sketchy bar. Sketchy bar. Aerospace rice. We're gonna go Reddit. Okay, let's pick something easy. Aerospace. Okay. I'm not digging these arrows. I don't know what, it seems like a lot of wasted space to me. Okay. Sam animations. I like that. That's pretty basic. I don't like these workspaces though. Mac setup. Ah, here we go. pretty basic. Don't like the layout. Yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That looks like the layout I kind of want. All right, give me your dot files. Mac Groovebox Rice. Custom ricing done with more aesthetic and functional. Aerospace sketchy bar. Perfect. Workflow. All right. Gravy. We're going to change kind of how he's doing a few of these things. But, like, Aerospace Tommel being in the root folder is just ew. It should be in his sketchy bar over here. But that's okay. We're going to fix all that and make it our own and do it uniform. Great. So, Groovebox main. We should have more files here. There we go. So we need this one. And that one. Let's copy those. Perfect. Now, we're going to go into our GitHub and Aerospace config. Paste these. Perfect. All right. We're going to take this one. Paste that there. Aerospace Tommel's going to go into Aerospace. And get rid of that dot. Perfect. Now, move this to trash. Gravy. Sketchy bar is now there. We have our icon map, icons, and correct references. We'll fix this too. Now, if we look at sketchy bar and the helper, he's doing a make for CPU, it looks like, and then something else here. I wonder what else he's doing there. I would like to get rid of that altogether. Spaces, volume, all that's good. Plugins, battery, Apple, and we'll have to go through each one of these. Just looks like shell scripts for the most part. I don't see anything that's crazy. We'll slim that down a bit. Great. So now we've got that. Now we're gonna bring that in. Here is our config. So how I like to do this, we're gonna go link, symbolic, and
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Fat Bastard, thanks for the gifted sub, man. Will we ever see some AoE 4 streams from you? Oh, Wolf. Man, I need to get back into some AoE 4. I love it. It's a great game. I need it. I need to. I've been playing so much Final Fantasy 11 lately, and I'm not streaming that. That would put everybody to sleep. I'd just get mass unfollows if I did that. We're going to go Aerospace, and what I'm going to do is just put these in users, Titus, and then config, .config, Aerospace. Actually, I can just put it right here. Let's spell it out. So Aerospace to Aerospace. Like that. And then we're also going to link. Now, you're not going to have to do this if you ever use these configs. Let's say they actually become good. You can just copy and paste it. The only reason I'm doing this is for Git control. And then sketchy bar. And then same thing, user Titus .config, and then we go sketchy bar. Perfect. What did I fat finger there? What? Sketchy bar. Oh, users. Thank you. Perfect. I was like, what? So let's go .config. And then you can see sketchy bar there and Aerospace properly referenced. So let's go brew services. Let's look at the documentation a little bit before I go too wild. And then I'm going to change and look at the reference files as well. So you got your default configs and mode binding fallback to an empty toml table, falls back to toml array, exec, rule of thumb, blah, blah. Okay, leaves config tidy and clean. Okay. So this is what we have. Let's look at the key mapping and our bindings. Looks a lot like i3. And then you can resize. Looks like it functions like i3 as well. Alt command. Huh. Kind of want to change it from Alt to Super, or mod key that I'm used to. I don't know how viable that is, though. There's probably a reason why they did that. All right, I think we're good. Proper monitor arrangement. Since Aerospace needs free space to hide windows in, please make sure to arrange monitors in a way where every monitor has free space in the bottom right or left corner. Okay. Bad monitor. Monitor 2 doesn't have free space in either the bottom corners. I only have 2 monitors, so it's fine. Oh, that's weird. But that's the proper config if you have 3 monitors. Don't have to worry about that, but... Okay. A note on mission control. Group windows by application setting. Let's take that. File, open, recent. Before I forget about this, we're gonna fix that in Finder. 1 second. I don't wanna mess that up or forget that I did this. Probably put it in remove animations, actually. So I think we're already doing some mission control things here. Were we? Yeah, there's a mission control animation there. So that one right there, default expose group apps, should be fine. Now let's actually do that setting. Okay. Hopefully I don't get nauseous before we get this instituted. All right, callbacks. We're almost to the end. Yeah, like i3 is advertised. I never really liked i3. That's the funny thing. But honestly, I would kill for i3 on Mac. Just anything. It's better than freaking Mission Control. This abomination. Oh my god. Looks pretty. I'll give it that. All right. I think this should be pretty good. I think we can kind of go from here. Let's just make sure assign workspaces to monitors. You can use workspace to monitor force assignment to assign specific workspaces to always appear in a particular way. So main monitor, secondary. I'm using 2 monitors built in, case insensitive. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what we got. So launching Aerospace. How do you launch this damn thing? Does it say? All right. Just launch it, huh? Okay. Aerospace. Let's just put it on space 3. Aerospace. Come on. Click. Okay, well. My Mac is dead. Yes. Can we... What happened here? I got no control. What? Maybe use the stupid laptop? No? Huh. I can't click on the damn app. Is there a power button? Maybe I can just hold the power button? Click that. Okay. Reboot. Is there a power? Where is the power button on this damn thing? Okay. Slight problem. We're stuck. There is no cord to pull. hold the power button down for longer. Okay. Holding. 1 Mississippi. There it goes. Okay. Maybe it's something with my dock. Kind of weird. It's probably switching between Yabai and Aerospace kind of messed things up. All right. Okay. Let's just quit out of everything I can. Okay. So nothing is open, right? All right. Now, Aerospace. Ooh, before I do this, let's do Finder, right? Maybe Finder? Okay, Finder's launching. Let's launch it from Finder, like a Neanderthal. Maybe that'll make a difference. All right, and then we'll just go Aerospace. Before we do this, let's go get info. Everything looks fine here. Okay. Okay. We're gonna take down SKD and Yabai. Let's just kill those. Aerospace. Perfect. All right. Gravy. Now launch Aerospace. Perfect. Close that. Okay. So we have that going for us. Now, brew, services, restart, sketchy bar. Okay, sketchy bar's launched. It's going. It's kind of weird. Why is there an overlap here? I guess that's maybe part of the Aerospace. Okay. Okay. So we're in Aerospace. Let's dive deeper. Okay, enable normalization, flatten containers, login command. We got sketchy bar. That's fine. 6 is in secondary. Outer top. So this should be 45 actually. So then relaunch Aerospace. Aerospace doesn't do live relaunching, does it? Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to add that to Aerospace, but I was looking for live reload of Aerospace. Let's pre-kill Aerospace. Can we just do like open? Okay. I don't know if that worked. Doesn't feel like it did. No. Okay, so looking at Aerospace here. Alt Shift 1, move space. Alt 1, 1. Alt 2, Alt 2. This isn't working. So it's not loading Aerospace, it looks like. Huh. So it's not loading the config. Why isn't Aerospace loading the config? Sketchy bar doesn't look like it's working either. Yeah, okay. What the hell? Okay, let's look back at this. Okay, we are launching it. So weird. We've got problems. Okay. That's fine. So Aerospace tries to find custom config in 2 locations. Home.aerospace, which we didn't want to do. But then we put it in here. Now, if you look, let's go config home, echo. Let's just make sure xdg config home is properly configured. Doesn't look like it is. So maybe it... So environment xdg falls back to, okay, if it's not present. So it should be cd.config. And we have Aerospace. And if you go cd Aerospace, you have Aerospace.toml. Great. So it should load. Yet it does not look like it's loading. Maybe it's just bugged. Turn off window dressings. Yeah, the config should be in the correct path if you look over here. Like, you can see config.aerospace. And if you look at the proper configuration right here, it should be Aerospace toml. I personally prefer every application to be in the .config for configuration. It's just better and more uniform that way. Doesn't look like Aerospace is working in the .config though, or the config's just bad. So just to see. gaps. Let's make that 40. Okay, escape reloads config. So do escape reload reset. Okay. Is the alt key different, maybe? Oh, okay. Okay, that... I think I'm just gonna... Okay. Does PSOX work on Mac? I'm just gonna stay here. Illegal option F. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. That's just crazy. God bless it. Damn it. Illegal option F. I don't know what that's about. Whatever. We're just going to use btop. Okay, perfect. Does look like it's reading my config. That's good. .config. Aerospace, aerospace. Perfect. So now... Okay. So let's take this, push it to 2. Okay. 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Let's go to number 3. VS Code. Why is it opening there? Some weirdness going on with that config. It's okay though. Now we gotta fix the stupid font. Does not look like it's pulling it up there, does it? So open folder. Aerospace config. So then we're gonna go sketchy bar. Sketchy bar RC. What fonts we using? Colors, icons. Icons look like they're working. SF Pro's the font. But y'all said SF Pro doesn't properly pull in through bash scripts. So SF Pro, I think, is the whole thing that screwed all this up to begin with. Yeah, icons are working because we installed those directly. I think there's an SF Pro font that's missing. I think when we did brew install or whatever, I think it screwed something up. I think homebrew is a little too jank. Let's go mono as well. There's this, sometimes Macs have this really, I mean, they do it to protect their users, I get it, but from a security standpoint and just usability, I think it breaks a lot of shit. Trash. Now, I want to try, let's say we're here, we go brew, services, restart, sketchy bar. Okay, let's go stop. Sketchy bar. But sketchy bar is still up there. Let's kill that. Okay. That looks a little better. Huh. Yeah, it's probably some weird font pulled in by the person. It's okay though. Aerospace config, CD sketch bar. Okay, we're gonna delete that. I don't need to know what the weather is outside. All right, that's fine. All that looks pretty good to me. Friday the 25th, July 2. Is it 2 o'clock already? Shit. Okay, what's this Apple icon for? Huh. I don't think I like that either. Yeah, we don't go outside. Who needs to know the weather? God. It's to let everybody, to launch activity bar and finder, I guess. I mean, you still got this right here if you needed it. Bloat. There we go. What do you think of that? Perfect. Pretty cool. All right, nice. I like this. So it just shows the application name that's in focus, which is fine. So the true test, let's reboot this stupid thing and see what it does on startup. Because that's the thing where I'm like, I just don't know how this is going to respond on a reboot. Have you ever gotten a virus from certain games? Well, there was this one time I was sailing the 7 seas and I decided I needed to mod my game to activate itself. And, yes, there was a lot of viruses in there. That's a pretty common occurrence, actually. I think everybody's done that once or twice. It's like a rite of passage. Hey. Okay. Looks like it worked. So this is one. How weird. What the? So it doesn't look... What? So one. Bring me back to one. Huh. So Aerospace isn't launching on startup, it looks like. Yeah, I think Aerospace is just not on startup. So let's just go startup. No. Start. Login items. Alright, magnet, raycast, that. Nope. Don't know Yabai or that. Allow in the background. So then you just launch Aerospace from applications. Yeah. Let's just go applications. Aerospace. Open. So we want to open Aerospace. Sketchy Bar does look like it's working from a service perspective from Brew. I wonder how you remove this right here. Oh. There you go. Nice. All right, well, let's give it another reboot. Good night. I absolutely hate Finder 2. It definitely takes some getting used to. It's just not the most intuitive thing, especially coming from like Windows or Linux. But that's okay. I think Mac users probably would get equally frustrated going to another OS. Okay. There's this. Got the launch. Give me something. Okay, that seems to be working. But it's not showing on Sketchy Bar. It's not showing the spaces. Brew, services, restart, Sketchy Bar. So how I anticipate this working, it needs to be a seamless experience. Right there. I just don't think how the Mac is set up like this is right. So let's, what was this stupid login items? Okay. So Sketchy Bar right here. Let's turn this off, right? Let's find that. There's Sketchy Bar right here, which is fine. But what I want the weird thing is it showed me the login item location, so I think Sketchy Bar needs to be launched from Aerospace. It's starting too early. But the thing, I'm like, what the hell? Before, when I clicked on this, it launched into like a different screen, essentially. A different part of the computer that showed me these allow in the background apps. So let's just turn off that. Oh, no, you want it allowed in the background. Let's look at the sketchy bar config. So, looking at sketchy bar config. Actually, not sketchy bar. We want Aerospace config. You see the option execute and forget. After startup, jank borders built in. So I want to execute and support this. But the main issue is on the startup. So what I kind of want to do is just kill the startup of this thing and just have Aerospace launch it. Take it easy, one dude. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the brew service that starts sketchy bar. Brew services. Let's go brew services list, and then let's see what it looks like. Right? So you have sketchy bar under there. You can see the launch agents all right there. So let's go remove, and I'm gonna just do it like this. And then let's go up one more, sorry. Brew services, stop, sketchy bar. Okay. Let's do a list, this directory, right here. So sketchy bar is there. There's the homebrew service. Can I stop it or force it not to go? Stop the service immediately and unregister it from launching at login unless keep is specified. So I just did it. So a stop sketchy bar, and it removes it from startup. So technically, we should be able to restart and then have, instead of brew starting sketchy bar, Aerospace should start sketchy bar. Yeah, we could also do that, Dan. I would prefer not to have it as a brew service. I would prefer Aerospace to control the binary of sketchy bar. There's a lot of use cases I can think of for that. So that's why I'm thinking to do it that way. Sounds pretty sketchy. Wonder, not wrong. Does sound a little sketchy. Yeah, so that yeah. Why didn't it do it? Okay, I added it. Y'all as my witness, I added it. Now let's restart. Good night. Restart simulator here. Okay, that does look good. So let's start Chrome. Yes. Victory. I don't like how it doesn't spawn the workspaces unless there's something there. So let's say it always opens kind of, it's kind of wacky. Just looking on my other monitor here just to see what I could do, but yeah, I don't know. I want to also change the color of the background. The black is a bit off. Let's change it. I don't like this background either. All right. I think that's pretty good. I'm relatively happy. I'm liking that better than where we started. However, like the bar completely opaque at the top. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Needs Ewoks. True. True. Okay. This looks fine. All right, we have a working config. We're going to try initial push. Now, one thing about Aerospace, why most people use it on Mac, is it does work without system integrity protection disabled. So you can do it completely enabled. So that's kind of nice. Now, how does it handle, like, let's go here. Let's see if we launch Finder. Finder does work here. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think that's a winner. That top padding's probably a little bit below. So let's go here. And outermost top, 45. Let's just change that to a 0. Take that, and then reload. Well, let's see. So let's look at the reload command. Oh, Alt-Shift-C reloads config. Okay. So go Alt-Shift-C. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. So shifting that up, I think actually a 38 would be even better. So let's go 38. And then Alt-Shift-C. Oh, perfect. All right, got that. Now I think we're cooking. What do we... I don't know if I like this 5 padding on the left bottom right. What do y'all think about that, chat? I don't really love the transparent top bar. What do we... I don't know. I'm just not 100% on that. I would go semi-transparent. Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. Yeah, let's go. It's kind of hard to read content this way. Agreed. But typically the content is just the name of the application you're in. I don't even know if I'm sold on that. Just having the icons, I think, is plenty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm in Chrome. I know I'm in Ghosty. GitHub. I don't know if I even want the icon. Let's look at Sketchy Bar. So, looking at this. This is what you have. Color. Topmost. Just everything's see-through. Shadow color. So, you guys want just a slight frosting? Let's go with a 3 and a 3. It's a little much, huh? Go with a 7. Slight dimming. I think that's pretty good. Just a slight variation there. Now, why does this start with a margin of that? Like, I don't think that's doing anything, actually. Yeah, no. That really isn't. I feel like it's just staying there. Padding right, X offset, bar, height 43. Let's go 40. Actually, let's go 38. 38 would be exactly what I need. It needs to be shifted up. Actually, that should be a 36 with a shift up. Shift up at 36. Still got this weird thing at the top. I don't think it's accepting negative margins. Let's just make that 0. Yeah, that's fine, but we need to get rid of this stupid padding. Padding left, right, that's fine. I care about the top and the bottom. Corner radius of 9. Yeah, let's make that just 0. Actually, I kind of like the corner radius there. Blur radius, that's fine. Let's clean up some of this. Make these calls not happen. Hot reloads on. I do like this hot reload section from this. Brew input sources. I might tag into those in a minute. But other than that, that looks good. Paddings. Icon label background. 0. I feel like a little too much on the padding. That a little more condensed. just need that to shift up just a hair. That looks pretty good. Height should be 34 though. That looks like it's right on the notch over on the other screen. I was just comparing. Now we have that slight comparison. Everything's there. Next up, where this starts is where we're going. So this is fine from Sketchy Bar. Now let's go into Aerospace. And what we're going to do is going to push this guy up into 34. Perfect. So then when we relaunch, actually we don't even need to relaunch. We'll just do a hot reload. Boom. Now, what about the sides? I don't understand padding on the sides. Damn it. I'm gonna have to fix that too. I know a lot of people like that, but I don't understand. Alright, now we got that. Now, hot reload. So then we got all of the space. Yeah. Now we are cooking. Now, what do we think of this? I really like this, actually. Yes, super easy. Paddings and paddings. Does it? Does Sketchy Bar have paddings? It does. That's funny. Yeah. I really like how this person set it up, though. There wasn't really that much modification needed to make. Perfect. Let's push that. Quick, save it. Low jack, that's so true. Auto hide for Sketchy Bar. I don't really want to auto hide Sketchy Bar because it tells me what spaces I have open. So right now I have terminal in, oh, what happened there? Oh, oops, wrong one. All right, terminals here, that's Chrome, this is GitHub Desktop, but let's go 4, and usually I'll have like a code open, which code's always opening up in 2, which is a little weird. It must be a setting. So let's push this to 4. So you can see this is now in 4. This is in 2. And if we look at the Aerospace config, there's probably rules. And those rules are dictating where things get opened. Oh, yeah. So you have app, Genshin Impact. We're using the config from a Genshin Impact user. Let's just delete that. I don't want someone seeing that business. All right. All right, move to node 5. VS Code 2. I'm okay with code being 2. I feel like GitHub Desktop should be 5 as well. Now, so this one, instead of Zen browser Zen, this should be Chrome. Google. Oh shoot, what is this app named? App names. There is a listing for app names. What is it? Oh well, we'll just go to applications. So, oh no, it doesn't show them here. because this doesn't show the full-blown app. How to do a listing of app. How do you rate NBA M4? Yeah. It was cheap, Seb. I rate the M4 cheap for a Mac. God, I'm speaking like an Apple user now. $850. If you call that cheap. It's not really cheap, but cheap for a Mac. So price was right. And I knew I'd just do everything through the network, so I didn't really care about the storage space. And if I really, really cared about the storage space, I probably could rip it apart and then desolder the storage and solder my own storage on. But I don't think it's going to bother me, as everything works directly off the network drive. I have a 10G Thunderbolt 3 that I use for that.
The dude abides.
Rux, thanks for the resub over here on Twitch, man. Also, search for your minimum workspaces on initial start. If you set to 1, you can set it there. Otherwise, it will be 1 in plus 1 empty. So whatever you use for empty space will always create another empty workspace. Didn't know which one is used with Mac. Is that in the config? Package util -- packages. See, I was just waiting for someone to do the work for me. Since we're down on the AI today. You guys are my AI today. Wait. Ah, yes. Is there no Google? Aw. Does grep not work? Oh no. It didn't show my googly. Googly moogly. Where's Google? Where's the old Googs? Where's it hiding? Google is hiding from me. Don't see it. What about BTop? Huh. Weird. Did I? I might have. Yes, I did. All right, 1 second. Quick break, y'all. Ooh, term down. Oh. Let's see. I wanted to do a term down title, but then once it goes from that, I want to see how late I am, if I'm ever late. I need to set a script for this. So you go here, quit after, no seconds. Ah, okay. So you go term down 5 minutes. T, this is the title, BRB, and then title. So then it goes BRB, does the countdown, and then if I'm late, it'll flip the title from BRB to Titus is late. And then it'll have it start counting back up. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Let's try it. I'll be right back. Oh, but it didn't give me a time. Damn. All right. How far did I miss it from? So, a second or two, right on time. Okay. So then let's go. God, I want to try that out. I want to make a script for this. Sorry, my ADD is taking over again, but these are important things. Text to display it in the countdown. Maybe TLDR. Current time, start at one. All right, let's see what this is. I want to make this really cool. Boom. Okay. It's pretty much exactly what I did, but I want to say I did this before. I think I actually made a library with this in it. Well, let's look at my repos. I had like a cool old repo called Twitch Tools. What did I have? Did I have timer in here? Oh. So then it takes the first argument. If does not, if da 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 da, and so let's grab the raw file of this. These are important things. Very important to figure out. Yeah, there we go. Kari made that for me back in the day. I wonder how he's doing. Alright, so then if we go timer, so we go timer 5. Ah, perfect. Great. So, quit that, and let's move timer to .local bin. Then whenever we're in here, we can just go timer. Oops. Timer.sh. No. All right, fine. Let's quit. Try it again. Quit. All right. Quit. Huh. My hotkeys are not working. Oh, God, why is it so jank, man? All right, so Aerospace killed itself, I think. Bro. Oh my god. Oh, God bless. All right, so now things are broken again. Great. Let's reboot. All right. That's weird. Oh, you can't say that on Twitch. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Wait, is my keyboard dead? Wait a second. I think my keyboard died. What? Searching. Can I log in? Okay. Okay, my keyboard died. So... Jeez, dude. Alright. Hang in with me. 1 second. Alright, maybe Logitech? Alright, let's try Logitech. Maybe it's not reading like the bolt. Okay. It says it should have the bolt icon on there. Okay, I got the little dongle thingy. So, what's going on here? Maybe turn it off and turn it back on. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're back in business. Aerospace isn't launching again. Tell me, I bet you it's not in auto login options. What? Okay. I'm not crazy. I have added it to auto login a lot, right? I feel like sometimes the Mac is just gaslighting me. So why doesn't it like it? Okay, this is my 3rd time of adding it. Okay. Yeah, there's no aerospace. so strange. So what's going on there? All right, Anna says check the actual Aerospace config. That's a good point. Start at login. There is no start at login. Set. Do we see it in here? Do not. Well, I guess we'll just start at login equals true. Is that an actual function? Anna, have you used this before? Oh, I have it in mind. Okay. Interesting. Let's just test that out real fast. Maybe Aerospace is just removing itself. Okay. Let's term it. And then we're gonna open okay. Automatically added it. Oh, weird. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's what it was doing. So without that key, it automatically was removing it. Aerospace itself was removing itself because that key didn't exist, it looks like. That's crazy. What a terrible setting. Huh. Well, now we know about it, it's not so bad. But man, I was like, that's odd. Now the other thing was specifying apps that were installed for Brew. How do we do that? Because when we're looking at the rules for Aerospace, like looking at our rules right here, if app ID, so list app ID should be somewhere, right? So let's go list app. Yeah, I want to list them though. You can also, using Finder, open the info plist, show package contents, CF identifier key. Okay, there's got to be an easier way than that. Bundle ID, simple MDM. All right, Bill says something here. Let's grab him. Mac OS bundle ID. Well, Chrome will be in here. Chrome. So it just says, huh. Yeah, it says use OSA script. So let's just do that. Let's test that out. Okay, so that would be it. Let's make a Mac ID lookup. That's stupid. There should be a shortcut key for that. Probably do that. $1. Feel like when it comes to bash and you're grabbing a variable, I think just $1 just grabs it automatically, right? Feel like there's something else to that, but let's see. Yeah, it's just $1. Okay, that's what I thought. So then we go Mac ID, and then let's say we want it for Ghosty. Well, it's in a blob. It might not work there. Actually, I need to escape something. So what if I escape the quotes? Will that work, you think? Skip the quotes, okay. I hate ZSH. I hate ZSH. Alright. One of these days I'll get used to it. No, that's not right. Let's see. That's the original one that worked. Yeah, that's what we had, bloody. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's put it back. That's what I thought worked. Oh, actually, you know, we didn't have it quite like this. We did singles. Okay. Ah, look at that. We got it. But if we go for something with a space... Yeah. Okay. There it is. Yeah, Bash is super weird with single quotes. I've run into that time and time before. Let's make this a little bit more fun. Let's try and stretch my non-existent Vim skills. Let's try to do a retrieve, bang, macid.sh, ghosty. Not bad. Not like fantastic, but not bad. Okay, so then we got Ghosty, we got Chrome. Actually, I think the Chrome one's wrong. Let's try this again. So we're gonna go Visual 2 there. Then we're gonna go retrieve inside of here. We're gonna go bang. We're gonna go macid.sh. Then we're gonna go Google Chrome quote. Boom. I mean, it's close. Still not great, but you know. What do you want? Perfection from me? It's not a Titus stream unless something's broken. The idea is sound. Alright, so Chrome's going to be in 1, VS Code's in 2, Ghosty in 3. GitHub Desktop, let's put that where Excel is. Let's just delete to here. How do we paste the retrieve inside of like a selection? Ooh, like the OSA script with the backslash. Oh, yeah. I agree, Rux. If you don't want to escape the quotes each time, just accept all of them in there. Yeah, echo not app not found. Ah, yeah. I actually would, how I'm using it right here with the retrieve, probably shouldn't do it that way, but very cool. So for here, let's go GitHub desktop. Perfect. Delete that. Add that. So we got GitHub desktop client, workspace 4. What other tools do I use all the time and just specifying those on our own desktop client? Discord? I think Discord's already in here. Is it? Yeah, Discord's there. On window detected, layout floating. T launcher, WhatsApp. Music 5. That's fine. Oh, Final Cut. Damn, yeah, that's right. Where are we gonna put that? I guess we put Final Cut on. Yeah, we'll probably put that on 4. So probably in here. Let's just grab Final Cut Pro. Works for me. All right. So then you got Final Cut Pro in there. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So then it'll just automatically, I can get used to that type setup. What else do we need to do to make this look great? Ghosty should be in 3, so I need to get used to going to 3 for it. This should be 1. So then we got 1 for here, 3 for Ghosty, 2 should be VS Code. But let's go to 4 and launch VS Code from here. And it kicks us to 2. Perfect. So that's exactly what we want. Do a quick update. Commit and push. So then we have that. All right. Yeah. Oh, and add quotes to get rid of it doing new lines. That's true. If I was doing it a bunch, probably. Let's do Affinity Photo. Affinity Photo will probably put in Workspace 3. Let's go. Let's do a retrieve, bang, macOS ID, Affinity Photo 2. Cool. Yep. Yes, that was a good catch. So that kind of tells us where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Thank you, Scorpion, for the prime, man. Hi from Germany. Man, I need to visit Germany. I've only flown through like Frankfurt, and it seems like a cool country. Yeah, I think most of my ancestry goes back to Germany. I forget, I think it was my grandmother that did the ancestry thing. That's pretty cool. The ancestry.com, where they look up all the different things, and you can even transit back to wherever, like, your family came to United States, and usually it has logs on, like, Ellis Island logs and stuff. It's crazy, the stuff that they have now to track that stuff. But yeah, I think like 60-70% German. Well, I mean, my mother's maiden name was Crookenberg, so don't use that to hack my passwords. You guys remember all those Facebook IDs when people use them to search social engineer people? Yeah, so what they'd do is like, hey, when you factor in all these things, like what's your favorite dog, and they'd make all the questions like password reset questions. And then everyone would be like, oh, I want to know what my favorite Hogwarts house is. And then it'd have questions like that all sprinkled throughout. And people were using them social engineering and hacking into other people just from them being dumb and filling out these questionnaires. It's kind of funny. Your keyboard shortcuts is showing on stream. What keyboard shortcuts? What do we have? The pop-up window? Pop-up window, pause and play. Where is that at? Really? Man, I do not see it anywhere. Like, no? Yes, wife? Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. Appreciate you. I love you. Oh, that's good. Oh, man. Yeah, that is tasty. It's like frozen lemonade. Man, she might have poisoned me with this one, though. Oh, well. Worth it. Show this menu. Show this menu. Top left, top right. I don't see. Show this menu. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, we're definitely allowing that. We're doing lots of push-ups on the next stream. I'll allow 200 push-ups for the next stream. To make up for the disappointment of yesterday. We need 2,000. Well, you know, we could do something like that. That'd have to be like a 6 or 7 hour stream. I bet we could get it in though. That was you. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, man, I don't see anything on my screen. All right, so we have that. We have a brand new... I like this setup a lot better than the old setup. I think I'll keep playing around with it and get it exactly how I want it, but now I think I can feel comfortable on a reboot. It's not going to wipe everything out, which is great. Planks. I used to really hate pull-ups, actually, and that's now one of my favorite movements, just pull-ups. Like, same with lunges. I used to hate lunges, and I like doing lunges, like just walking lunges, pull-ups. I still don't like burpees. I don't think anybody ever learns to like burpees, though. That's just like one of those things. All right. We've been going almost 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to shut it down for today. This was a train wreck of a stream, but at least we ended up with Aerospace in a good, plausible state. I think before next stream, I'm going to remove SPI or SIP, a system integrity protection, re-enable it all, see if it breaks anything. Yeah, so it should be good. It should be pretty good. So I never have to worry. So once I program my brain, number 1's Chrome, number 2's code, number 3's term, And then whenever I launch into something new, so let's say I'm ready to edit a video, I can go Final Cut. I know it's going to be 4. So Final Cut will open, push it right over to 4. Boom. Unless 4 isn't there. All right, well, let's try Affinity Photo then. This should just, oh wait, let's get off a different workspace. Let's go number 2. Now, Affinity Photo should open in workspace 3. Shit. Well, that didn't work. I don't know. Shit. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I don't think it does, Hawk, so I think we should be good. Was there anything else we had outstanding? Oh, yeah, the stamp did finish yesterday, Dathis. So we are officially notarized, but the app I submitted is freaking broken, so it's not even worth distributing. So what we ended up doing, if you look, I think I put it in like downloads. So let's see, have your Mac Universal app. Let's just go full screen with this. When we go to install it, it always prompts for admin access. Yeah. And for some odd reason, it's not reading that Homebrew's installed when we're launching it. It's fine for this, for like system tweaks. So we can do that. Oh no, we can't. Command not found, execution error, fix finder, line 82-A. Oh, you know what's happening? Line 82 in fix finder. I'll tell you what's happening. It's using shell, not bash. And I bet you there's some bashisms. Oh yeah, let's update that. Oh, you know why it wasn't opening? I know now. We never reloaded the config. Watch, learn. So reload the config. Now if we go Affinity. There we go. That was the problem. Yes, I forgot to reload the config. So it is working great. Okay, good. But anyways, line 84 was a problem. And then I swear I'm putting this down. Line 84. You look. Shit. All right. Maybe not line 84. There was something else. Is this? So the -A, I think, is a bashism. If we look, maybe sudo. If we go from std in, would that work? Would it prompt instead of doing this whole ask pass business and using the helper program? I feel like we have to do the helper program. Shit. Hell yeah. That's probably not gonna work. Yeah, it's part of the command, but I was just like, how it elevates here. I don't know if I actually want that. We were trying to do something like that for elevating to here, but I don't know. Homebrew's weird. We might have to just manually install this crap using build our own installer. I don't want to build my own. I feel like we're gonna have to. It's just gonna cause all kinds of problems if I don't. Because Homebrew has a lot of like jank to it. It's the best way to put it. But anywho, that's for another day. We're not gonna mess with that today. We're not gonna mess with that today. I think that was good. This was good. We got a config, a good little thing going. I think that's enough. That's enough for today. I think we might look at like some kind of package manager, or maybe I'll use Homebrew differently. I'm gonna look at different solutions, research some more. Maybe we just build something in F#, because F# is amazing. That'd be wild, but it would be fun. Anywho, till the next time, y'all, let's drop all YouTube off, and we will raid somebody over here on Twitch. YouTube, take it easy.